Hey friends, and welcome to the Revive Everyday Living podcast.
We are your hosts, Courtney
and Sharaya, and we're talking everything from life situations, relationships,
friendships, and parenting,
and all our adventures.
So stick around because we are getting real.
Hey y'all, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We are back.
Back like we'll never left.
Yes, and we are so excited to start season 2 of The Real. We missed you guys.
I hope y'all missed me. If you missed me.
Never mind me. Just if y'all missed Sharaya.
If you missed us, let us know on our IG page by sharing the graphic of the day.
Yeah. So we took a little rest. We took a little rest for the month of May.
I took a rest. Did you take a rest, Courtney?
I took a rest.
Were you resting?
I was resting.
I mean, resting with face mask and mango candles.
Well, yes, and vacations. Actually, I wouldn't say rest. It was like an exciting time to just rejuvenate.
An exciting time to live.
Yeah, we had a lot of things going on in the month of May. We had traveling, we had family, we had graduations, we had birthdays. We had fun.
A whole lot of it. And God really showed up in the month of May.
Mm-hmm.
He has been present and proven himself all month long, right?
True. That is true. I tell you what, because we didn't tell y'all the whole story behind our taking off the month of May, because nobody told us that when you start a podcast, when you start doing something that God has called you to do, that devil plans his attacks.
And he came.
And we weren't prepared.
I think we were prepared.
Yes.
But let's not say no one told us, because, you know, people do say, like, new levels, new devils.
Mm-hmm.
But really, the understanding of that cliche statement is where we were lost.
Yeah. Or I think we just didn't expect the level of the devil.
Yes. Like, I think we just didn't realize that we were actually on another level. We just thought, like, we were having fun.
Yeah.
And let's share with the world. But I hear you guys' stories, and I want to just thank all of you for listening, because you send in messages and you let us know that you have been impacted by the things that we share. And we appreciate that. We appreciate that time that you take out to let us know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And
that encouragement is what really kept us going.
Yes, that encouragement is like, okay, I can't close the books on the Real podcast.
Yeah. Yes.
So it has been a little bit of a journey.
Mm-hmm.
But we're back and ready to kick off season 2.
Yes, we are. So I want to talk about reflecting on our real friendship journey and some of the people that have impacted our lives and our friendship.
Yes.
So some of the favorite ones that we have talked to and that have helped us in some of the things that we have experienced is 2 people by the name of Pastor Kyle and his wife, Tamara.
Yeah. I think last summer we got to talk to them and interview them and ask them. It was a series on finances and being good stewards of what God has given us.
Yeah.
But I remember one thing that he said, and it was kind of a funny moment. He was talking about food, and like, if someone asks you where would you like to go out to eat, don't say McDonald's.
Yes.
Go and get a steak.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that, he was also sharing that we have to change our circle and who we sit at the table with.
Mm-hmm.
And really surround ourselves with people that are on different levels than we are and where we aspire to be. And so I had a question of, okay, how am I going to get into that kind of circle? How do I sit at the table with someone that's on another level? Because generally they're on another level and they're looking down like, not so much, you know, at people that are not
on their same level.
Yeah, where they are. So it just was always a question. And, you kind of hear that a lot. You hear people say that a lot. And I've always wondered, okay, how does this work? And I will have to say, within the year, it just has worked.
It happened.
It really happened. One thing for me that I will share is I went out of the country for the first time in my entire life.
During your rest period in May.
During my rest period. And but how I got the opportunity to even go out, I mean, I guess I would have had the opportunity before, but I just never was, I never would have done it. But I'm sitting at a table, actually sitting at a table, and a friend mentions, hey, I'm going to go to Mexico. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, would you like to go? And I'm sure. The first thing that came out of my mouth was like, sure, why not? And I didn't know what I was signing up for. I knew I was going to be okay because they go all the time. And so I wasn't fearful in that manner, but I didn't know what I was going to experience until I got there. And I don't even think that they could have prepared me for what I was going to experience. But when I got there, it was just another level of relaxation. I was able, my eyes were open up to another world that I just knew nothing about. I got to experience a different culture.
Yeah.
But my biggest takeaway was I got to see relationship. And so I was able to see relationship firsthand and realize that some of the things that I've experienced in life has me in a tunnel vision. And when I came out of the tunnel and I was able to see relationship in a different format, I was like, oh, wow, that's normal behavior.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful that I said yes. And I think sometimes when we are given that cliche statement of you have to be at the table with someone that's on a different level and you're like, yeah, but how am I going to get there? It's just saying yes to opportunity.
I love that. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be sitting at tables with billionaires, millionaires, high profile people. It can be just a normal other person, but you learned something from that person because they are on a different level. And I love how you said you learned relationships, because that to me is one of the most important things in living life, is having good, healthy relationships.
Yep, healthy relationships and being with like-minded people that value relationship the same way that you do. And sometimes when you're on level 1, you value level 1, but you don't necessarily value what's on level 10 because you've never been there.
Right.
You don't even know what you should be picking for. So when you get to level 10 and you're able to be observant, I think that once you get elevated to another level, that's the first thing you have to do is sit back and observe, because as you observe, you gain more insight to what you're preparing yourself for. So when Courtney and I talked about not being so prepared for what the enemy had in store for us when we went to the next level, I think that is one place where we fell short. We didn't observe when we made it to the next level because we didn't even know we were on a different level. We were like, what? This is another level? But I mean, I think us going through those experiences and sharing them with you guys is really what's the important thing. You don't have to make the same mistakes that we did. Right. So as things are shifting and changing in your life, sit back and observe. Yes. Ask God to show you what is happening. Is this a new level? So that you know how to move accordingly.
Yes. And another thing that we learned more recently from these two people is when it does come time to fighting certain battles that you go through, the way you do it and how you prepare yourself and how you actually get yourself ready for these battles is so important, because so often a lot of us go through these battles and we're fighting this fatigue. We're getting tired, we're getting worn out, and we just want to stop. I know that you and I had even talked briefly about, do we even want to keep doing this? Because it did get tiring. That mental fight that we kept having to do to prepare ourselves for things that we didn't know were coming our way is what got really hard sometimes. And we were often left feeling so drained and tired and defeated with these things. But we had to take a moment to stop and say, no, we are in our purpose, we are in our calling, and we need to continue doing it. You know, Tamara had talked about so many times people start to begin to experience this spiritual fatigue because they start to take on battles that were never meant for them. They start to worry. They start to fear, and we start to become concerned so many times with what other people are thinking about us. Are we doing a good job? Are we even affecting and helping anybody else, or are we just talking to ourselves? Do people think some of our episodes are stupid? Like, why are they even talking about that?
No, I'm a people pleaser.
Yes,
well, I was.
yes.
I'm growing out of it. But
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then trying to figure everything out. Trying to figure out, like, what do we do next? Who are we going to talk to next? Do we need to have some mind-blowing, epiphany that we solve the world's problems? And those are the kinds of things that start to weigh on you. And I'm sure so many of y'all have experienced the same things. But we need to make sure that we take those thoughts captive. And we remember that, we aren't fighting a fleshly fight. This is a spiritual fight. And we need to make sure that we are thinking and meditating on the correct things, like who we are, whose we are, where we belong, who are we doing this for, and why are we doing this. And we also need to make sure that we are constantly in prayer.
I think prayer really was our go-to space.
Yeah.
Because sometimes one of my things is I'm really quick to be petty. I have been really quick to be petty. Let's say have, right? So I have been making it a point that when I get in that space, I immediately go into prayer. Just, okay, Holy Spirit, I invite you into this space. Because if not, like, I was just, being petty is fatigue.
Yeah.
Like, being petty is wearing me out. Trying to always have a response, and not just being petty, but having like that appropriate diplomatic response to everything and everyone. And it goes back to that people pleasing moment. But that was my thing. I just wanted the heart of God to be revealed. And so I was stepping on like eggshells or tiptoeing around eggshells so I could be pleasing and be a reflection of God and all of these different things that I thought I was doing. And God was like, can you just pray and stop moving?
Yeah.
So once I figured that out, I feel like there's just been a shift in how I've been thinking, how I've been moving, my behavior, all of those things. So prayer is my go-to. I think that you all should find your favorite thing.
Yeah.
Your favorite tool. But remember, you have to know how to use every one of the tools in your toolbox. But you can be a master at one.
Another thing that we're bringing now to this season 2 is what we want to call real good finds. We're talking about different things that we have found throughout the week or the month or this time that we've been taking a break that we want to share with you because we really like them. So, what is your find?
My find is Treasure Jewels. It is a jewelry company that is based here in San Antonio, and their jewelry is so cute. A lot of it is handmade, and while I was on vacation, I was just dripping in Treasure Jewels my entire vacay.
Yep.
And they have these really adorable square earrings. They're gold, and they were like my go-to.
They were cute.
Yes, and I kind of wear them with everything. You can dress them up, you can dress them down. I even have the pin ring, so it kind of looks like a safety pin, but it has all these diamonds on it.
Cute.
And it looks so adorable. It really helps even out my fat hands because, you know, I'm gaining some weight. So I like the ring choices. If you want some really, really amazing accessories, Treasure Jewels is your spot.
Love it. We are going to link all these different things in our Instagram story. So if you are not already following us on Instagram, make sure that you head on over there and you can find us at Revive Everyday Living. Something that I found and I was introduced to, I've lived here in San Antonio for 8 years now, and I've never been to Trader Joe's. But one of my friends has always been talking about Trader Joe's, and so I decided to go. And all of a sudden, I am now like Trader Joe's loyalty member for life. But let me tell you, I found some really pretty flowers there, and they weren't that expensive. They're called I don't know how to say it.
You said
Peonies.
so
Peonies.
confidently.
Peonies. How did we figure?
Peonies.
Peonies.
That's what Google said.
That's what
Peonies.
Google. Well, whatever. Super cute. Really pretty. They last a long time, and they smell amazing. Y'all, they're only $8.99. I'm going to post a picture on Instagram of both of these finds, and we want y'all to check them out. Let us know what you think.
And I need y'all to come and get Courtney because she and Trader Joe's right now are doing way too much. Because this girl bought some watermelon and it's coated in dark chocolate.
And my friend Sharia messed it up.
It makes no sense. Why do you put chocolate on watermelon? I can't.
I'm going to link these also in the story because they're delicious. But Shreya decides to take the chocolate off, so then it just makes no sense. But anyway.
Yeah, because she's over here doing too much at the Trader Joe's, trying to be organic and fancy for no reason.
It's because I watched a few shows and now all of a sudden...
She's one with the
one with the earth.
walking barefoot.
Anyways, thank you guys for joining us on our very first episode, season 2. We are back. We are excited, and we are so happy that you have joined us again. Peace out. Let's get real. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Revive Everyday Living.
Be sure to subscribe, comment, and share.
Also, follow us on Instagram and Facebook.